What's up everybody, Aditya Mahajan here and welcome back to yet another YouTube video. In today's video, we'll be solving another lead code question number 1480, also called as running sum of 1D array. It has also been asked in day 3 of May lead code challenge, so let's get started. Given an array nums, we define a running sum of an array as running sum of I equals to sum of nums of 0 plus nums of 1 until nums of I. We need to return the running sum of nums, that is the vector that we are given. So let us look at the few examples what we are given. So these are the same examples that we are given, and if you look at the first example, we have a vector having values 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we need to output this. Okay, so how this basically came is, for every element we need to add the sums up of all the previous elements. So if you look at the first index, there is no previous element, so it would remain 1. If you look at this index, then its previous element is 1, so 2 plus 1 gives us 3. If you look at this index, then we have 3 at this current index and we have 2 and 1 previously, so 1 plus 2 plus 3 gives us 6. That is 6 we are given. If you look at final index, that is 4, then we have to add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, which gives us 10. So that is what we are basically given in the explanation. Similarly, in the example 2, we have a vector having all the values as 1. So first would be 1 basically, second would be first one and second one, which will give us 2. Third index would be all the 3 previous ones, so it will give 3, and similarly 4 and 5. And the last example is also the same, that is we have values 3, 1, 2, 10 and 1, and which gives us 3 for the first index, 4 due to 3 plus 1 for the second index, then we have 2 at the third index, which gives us 3 plus 1 plus 2 and so on. So now I think you got the problem statement what we have. So for the brute force solution that anyone can come up with this question is that if you basically look at every element, we are just adding it's all the previous elements, right? So if you go on the first index, that is 0th index, that is 1, in that case we check if there is a previous element, which is definitely not, so we do not do anything, we move ahead. And on the first index you check whatever the previous elements are there, add it again and then add it to current element. Okay, so you can come up with basically a O of n squared solution, like with two for loops, O of n squared with two for loops. First for loop for iterating through the all index, and second for loop maybe you can go to all the previous elements and add them to the current element. Okay, so this is the first approach, and this is not a very optimal approach because you can do it in O of n time. For the second approach, you need to observe one thing in all the example that we are given. Okay, so basically if you look at every index, what we are basically doing is we are taking all the previous sum and adding the current index. Okay, but if you look at the each indices with each other, then you can notice one thing. If you look at this index for the number 3 and this index for the number 2, then the operations that we are doing for 2 is 1 plus 2, and the operation that we are doing for 3 is 1 plus 2 plus 3. Okay, so basically this 1 plus 2 part is already done in our previous step. Similarly, if you look at fourth index and index having value 4 and index having value 3, then we have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, and in the previous step we have 1 plus 2 plus 3. So basically this 1 plus 2 plus 3 of this part of index having value 4 is already done, so we can take that value from the previous step and add it to the current value. Okay, so basically this would be a O of n solution because we would be traversing the vector only once, and while doing, what we'll basically do is there can be two approaches. That is, if you are allowed to modify the given array, then you can directly modify the given array or create a new array. Okay, and in new array you can basically just take the particular element, add it to first would be just adding because there are no previous elements, and from the second element, that is from the index 1, we check the previous element, take that value and add to the current value. That's it, that's the solution. Now let us look at how we can code and implement it. The data structure that we'll be using is simply a vector because there is not much optimization in this. So let us look at the code. So what we are just doing here is we are creating an answer vector of size of nums, And after that we are iterating the nums vector, that is from I equal to 0 to nums dot size, and then incrementing I plus plus in every loop. We are checking at the first step, that is if I equal to 0, because in that case there would be no previous element, so we'll just do answer of I equal to nums of I, because that is the 0th index. After that, if that is not the case, we'll just do answer of I minus 1, that is the previous number. It would have calculated all the sums except the current on which we are standing. So we'll just do answer of I minus 1 plus nums of I, which is the current value. And after the exit of this for loop, we'll just return the answer, because it would contain the vector that we just need to return. Now, if you need to return the things that is you just need to do in place, then the solution would be very similar. So what it would be like is, so if you want to do everything in place, this is just the simple code. We are doing a for loop. And one thing to note here is that we were doing in the previous method from I equal to 0, but here we just need to do I equal to 1, because the first element would not change. There are no previous elements to the first index, right? So we'll just do I equal to 1, and we'll do nums of I equal to nums of I minus 1, because we have calculated earlier values, and then do nums of I of the current to the previous value added, and then we just return the nums, that is the vector. And one also thing, the important is you need to be allowed to do modification in place. If that is not allowed, you cannot go with this approach. Okay, so now let's just run the code. I'll directly submit it because it's a simpler one. Okay, now let's just run the second one. Okay, so these are, we are getting faster than 100% of C++ and less than 8.4 MB, that is less than 92% of submissions for running sum of 1D array. So those are the two solutions, guys, and do not worry much about this runtime. It depends on the test cases that are generated for each submission. Okay, so these are the two approaches that you can do. So that's all for this video. The code link will be in the description. If you need more such LeetCode content, do subscribe, like the video, and join the Discord server if you need the updates for the upcoming videos. And that's all. See you in the next video. Bye bye.